Air rifle is able to launch high-speed bullets, using only wind power. How could that happen? Hello everybody, welcome back on my channel. In this video, we'll understand how the mechanisms inside the air rifle. Although it's called an air rifle, it doesn't really use the air as its power. But it uses the pressure. So, it's not a wind blow, but a high pressure on the air that's used as a propulsion. For instance, you can see this PCP air rifle. Here, we're going to see two tubes, a small tube and a large tube. A small tube, used as a bullet passage. From here, the bullets will come out. While a large tube, used to store air pressure that are then used as a source of energy to launch bullets. Then, behind both tubes, there is a very complicated mechanism. It's used to make the air pressure here, can be applied to launch a bullet inside bullet tube. So, to make it easier to understand, we're going to disassemble this rifle into a few pieces. First, we need to understand the part of the tube. So, as I said before, this large tube will be filled by high-pressure air. To fill the air pressure, there's a nipple located in front of the tube. While the small tube above, it's because it functions as a bullet path, then the pressure has to be normal, which means that there's a very high pressure difference between the big and small tubes. Then to flow the pressure from the big tube, there's a bypass channel that connects these two tubes. To make the pressure here adjustable when it comes out, we need to install a valve. This valve works like a door. That adjusts the air pressure here, when it goes out when it's closed. When the valve is opened, the air pressure here will enter a small tube through the bypass channel and push the bullet inside the bullet passageway. Then how to open the valve? The valve will open if this bar is pushed forward. To push it, there's a component called a piston hammer. It's in the back of the high-pressure tube. Then behind the piston hammer, there is a spring that's used to push the piston hammer to make it able to press the valve. While the operation of a piston hammer is regulated by a series of plates that is located under the piston hammers. So, this mechanism has three plates. The top plate has two hooks. When this piston hammer is pulled backwards, the hooks will lock the piston hamster. It keeps its position backwards like this. When we pull the trigger, the top plate will move down. It will take off the hook. So, the piston hammer is pushed forward and pressed the valve. Then in front of the main valve, there's another valve. It's a regulator valve. The purpose is to stabilize the working pressure of the air rifle. So, the air pressure inside the tube has varying values. Of course, each unit has a different maximum pressure capacity. For example, this air rifle has a working pressure of 2000 psi. Then, we need only a 2000 psi pressure to launch the bullet. But in order for the rifle to be used continuously, we need to fill this tube more than 2000 psi. Therefore, there is a regulator valve. This valve will separate the pressure in the chamber before and after the valves. So, thanks to the regulator, even though the pressure on the main tube is 4000 psi, the pressure standby here remains 2000 psi. This keeps the bullet's propulsion stable. Then we move on to the bullet mechanism. The bullets on this rifle is placed one by one manually. This gap is used for we to place the bullet. So, next to the rifle, there's a lever mechanism. And this lever is connected to the push rod. When we pull it, it moves backwards. Then we put the bullet down. Then we push the lever again to the starting position. This will push the push rod, so that the bullet can be pushed into the ballet tube. The rod also has a strap that when it moves backwards, this strap will pull the piston hammer. So, when we pull the lever, there are two mechanisms that are triggered. First, the bullets that come into the bullet tube. And the second, piston hammer are pulled backwards. So, when the lever is positioned again like starting position, we just need to pull the triggers to shoot. That's an animation of how an air rifle works. Hopefully it adds to our insight.